The thing I enjoy more than anything else is that I'm going to make a difference in this person's life. My name is Bobby Debes. I'm an attorney here in Houston, Texas. I have a law practice, a law office here in Houston. I've been practicing law for a little over 20 years, and while I represent thousands of people here in the state of Texas, I represent people all over the country. For about the last 5 or 6 years, I have the majority of my practice has been primarily in the restaurant and bar industries. So employees of the restaurants or bars or hotels who are subject to various pay practices that are in violation of federal or state law. I help individuals like that recover the wages that they're owed. When I was in college, when I was in law school, I was a waiter. I loved waiting tables. It brought me a lot of joy to go interact with the customers each night. I loved giving good customer service and in exchange getting a tip, a good gratuity. That was a wonderful feeling for a customer to express his appreciation verbally and financially. It was a great reward. It brings me a lot of pleasure now as an attorney to help people who have been required to give or just give their tips to people who the employer knows or should know shouldn't be getting them. People in the kitchen, members of management, or the employer themselves. So I love to help people, especially those people who work in positions that I used to work in. It's very common for people to call me and say they didn't get their last paycheck and it's $200, or that someone didn't get overtime and they're owed $175. That type of complaint is very common. And I'm happy to help people whether their claim is for $100 or it's $1,000 or more. So if they're not paying you appropriately, then I'm happy to help. It doesn't really matter to me the amount. If they don't make that money or they're deprived of that money, it's going to affect their life significantly. I get a tremendous charge out of helping people recover the money that they're owed. If it's a small amount or a large amount, it is important to me to recover what you're owed, because I think that every person who gets up every day to go to work does so and deserves to get paid properly. I'm often asked how long it takes for a claim like this to get resolved. A lot of times I'll simply write a letter to the employer to explain that I represent this person and that the violation is as follows. And the employer follows up very quickly with a phone call or perhaps a letter that acknowledges the mistake, and they rectify the situation very quickly and pay the employee immediately. But each case is different, and the time it takes to resolve each claim is going to be dependent upon a lot of factors and a lot of variables. If you believe that you are the victim of an improper pay practice at your restaurant, bar, or hotel, I'll explain to you all of the rights and remedies that you may have under either federal law or in the state where you live and work. If you think you have a claim or a potential claim, or you just have a question about whether or not the pay practice that's going on at your restaurant complies with federal law, just give me a call. You won't talk to my paralegal or my secretary, you'll talk directly to me. I'll ask you some questions, and together we'll make a decision on whether or not the claim exists, and if so, how you'd like to proceed. I encourage you to pick up the phone and call me. It's 877-TIP-POOL is the number. The phone call is free and it's confidential.